Yo! Yo! Yo, nigga got the iMac. Bro! Yo, chill, yo, come on, don't do that. Yo, don't do that. Oh! Yo! Yo, come on. Yo, chill. Shalom Akim. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. 2/3 is going to die a horrible death. All right, and in the wake of a fellow brother, you know, and I'm saying it in the aspect of how they feel. You know what I'm saying? That Jake is supposed to be, you know, protesting because of police brutality against their people. But then you go ahead and rob stores. You go ahead and act like wild animals. This is why the Lord has got to put you 2/3 out of your misery. All right? Again, you're supposed to be, you know, showing this damn devil, you know, that you deserve life. But here it is, you do shit like this. You know? Our people are a disgrace to the Heavenly Father. You know, that's why the Lord had to take his name away from them. That's why he had to, that's why he had to give them bywords and proverbs, because they are a disgrace. All right? You Jake really don't know what's about to hit him. All right? This guy, you call him Eagle Face Trump. All right? This is what he said. Therefore, the following measures are going into effect immediately. First, we are ending the riots and lawlessness that has spread throughout our country. We will end it now. Today, I have strongly recommended to every governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers that we dominate the streets. Mayors and governors must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence until the violence has been quelled. If a city or state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them. Okay, so this devil, he ain't playing. All right, the brother sent me that, and I sent them back Habakkuk 1 and 7. All right, which says, I just grab it. I might want to start at 6. Because this is actually going into the Neo-Babylonian empire. You know, because they were fierce, but you could also apply it to modern day Babylon. All right, this is Habakkuk 1 and 6. It says, "For lo, I will raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs." And that's called the what? Let's look up that word, occupation. This is a military or belligerent occupation, hereon after referred to as simply occupation, is effective provisional control by a certain ruling power over a territory, which is not under the formal sovereignty of that entity without the violation of the actual sovereign. You know, because when martial law is implemented, the former rules of the United States Amendment, all that shit goes out the window. There's no more talking. It's just get down or lay down. Martial law meaning warlike. The territory is then known as the occupied territory and the ruling power, the occupant. So when military comes, everything is shut down. All right? There's strict curfews. Hey, don't worry about going to the supermarket. You know, shit. You know. So not only are you going to be out of food, you're going to be worried about getting robbed from your neighbor. You know, there's going to be race wars. Watch the movie on Bushwick. Okay. And then whatever food you do have, the military can come in and commandeer that food. You know, haul you off to a concentration camp, separate you from your family. This is what's happening. All right. So you Jakes ain't seen nothing yet. All right. Let's read on. It says, occupation is distinguished from annexation by its intended temporary nature, i.e., no claim for permanent sovereignty, by its military nature, and by citizenship rights of the controlling power not being conferred upon the subjugated population. While an occupant may set up a formal military government in the occupied territory to facilitate its administration, it is not necessary precondition for occupation. And as we if I read on, as you see, these well, I just read on. It says the rules of occupation are delineated in various international agreements, primarily the Hague Convention of 1907, the Geneva Conventions of 1949, and also you have something what's known as the you see results of convention only a few investments of 1890 convention. Let me see. The brother, damn, I forgot the name of those. It's one called the Insurrection Act, and it's another act that was came about like 1807. It's like 1 second, let me find it. All right, so I found it. All right, so the first 3 minutes I was gonna play it, but I'll just give brothers a synopsis, and you see the title, so you can watch it for yourself. But this guy was going into the Insurrection Act of 1807, which gives gives the state power to basically declare martial law, and he was bringing out the Posse Comitatus Act because that basically regulated the Insurrection Act, because the Insurrection Act um basically insulated the that particular state or government to do as they please in the state, in a case of an insurrection as it is one today. But the Posse Comitatus Act actually gave the president more power over the state to do as he pleased. All right, and we see that Trump is not playing games. So Trump, under the Posse Comitatus Act, is going to he going to get busy on you tribes. All right, and as I said, brothers can watch that, when they get a chance. It says they are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. Okay? And when you hear them wolves, you be able to hear them, but you can't see them. But when you do see them, it's they showing you their teeth because it's time to eat. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. And they're not just gonna call in the National Guards; they're gonna call in the UN troops. They're gonna call in the UN troops to possibly assist with the Red Cross, and it's gonna get bad out here. It's gonna get very bad, especially for you tribes. And it's rightly so because you're wild animals, and wild animals gotta get put down. So you won't hurt anybody else. Alright? Just like Esau, the Lord's gonna come and put him down. I was just reading a precept earlier. It talks about how the Lord is gonna spread his wings over Edom. You know, roughly paraphrase. I can't exactly remember how it said, but the Lord is gonna visit Edom for his iniquities, because he's a wild beast. All right. So this is Second Ezra 15 and 18. All right. Edom represents the so-called what a Caucasian man today. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? So, hey, this is what's coming, man. Actually, I could have started up in, let me see. Verse 6, verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's what a real man of the Lord would do. A real man of the Lord, a contrite man would do. Meanwhile, 2/3, they don't give a damn about their brother. All right. Which, he's set up and all of that. We understand that. But like I said, in their minds, it should be to where, okay, what do we gotta get our shit together. But 2/3, they don't think like that. They for themselves. I was just, going for a little stroll. And hey, everything's peaceful and quiet. I'm like, man, a calm before the storm. People just don't know how bad it's about to get out here. But as a comforting scripture for us, because we're serving the Lord to the best of our ability. All right. So this is Isaiah 65, and I'll start at 11. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnace the drink offering up to that number, unto that number. All right. So you making it easier for Esau to put a foot in your ass, by the wickedness you do. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. So you setting a trap for your own self. That's 2/3. Jake is in their own way. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. All right. And what's that? What's the Lord delighted not? All right. Hosea 4:1. All right. It says, hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel. All right. And they've been hearing since the 70s. The right way, man. All right. For Yahweh have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying, and killing and stealing, and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood. And 2/3, they do all of the above. All right. We just seen they were stealing. All right. They were fighting each other. Jake committing adultery. That's that's them. That's every household, man. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. And that we already seen, a couple, maybe 1 or 2 years back, where the fishes were dying off, you know. And you could also look at it as people, because this world is known as a sea, you know. The waters represents the nations. All right. So what's in the waters, man? The fishes, the peoples, you know. So now let's go back to Isaiah 65:11. It says, "But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish a drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes." So there's no cloak for any of you 2/3, because what I was just showing brothers was out there in you know 34. I believe I was over there in 34th and 7th. The brother was telling me what apostles, you know, were, and also you had really a bunch of groups out there, man. You know, so it's really no excuse for these 2/3. It says, "But did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." All right. So we're going to rejoice. All right. We're going to rejoice. We think about what's coming, and hey, in the flesh, it is very scary. It's very scary. But in the spirit, hey, that's why we have the scriptures to fall back on. The Lord told us we're going to be good. All right. He's going to come through and sweep the wicked. All right. Come through and sweep the wicked with all manners of wild beasts, strange apparitions. But those that have the blood of Yahweh shall in their doorposts, which is spiritual, because we actually celebrated the Passover, all right, when it was supposed to be celebrated according to the new moon, but most don't even know who they are. Neither do they care to know. So, because they don't have the blood on their doorposts, guess what? The Most High is going to come and smite them. Smite all the firstborn of Egypt. All the young ones, these little niglets, menstruous children. Menstruous woman shall bring forth monsters. All right, that's these Generation Z's. "Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit." So if you howling, man, that means, you must be in some great, great pain, especially for these prideful ass niggas. They howling, they must be in some great, great pain. So with that, shalom to the elect.